All right, how's it going all? So what we're going to be doing here today is we're going to be trying to set up our server. So we've got this remote console. Well, as you saw in the description, it's a Lenovo server install. So we've already installed one rail, and we're now installing the second rail. So what we're going to do is I've actually already got the remote console plugged in. So as you can see, we're setting up all this sort of stuff. So now it's going to be testing the mirrors. The first thing I want to do after that is I want to check out and make sure that we are not getting blocked by anything. So I've already hard set a few of the no, I don't want my accounts. I want the other accounts. Where is it? That one. So what we need to do is ensure that we are not getting blocked by anything. So think. What IP did we set it to? I think it was like 3.47. We have nothing, so it must be 2.9. So it's this one here. Everything's being allowed. So what I want to do there is I want to make sure that our hardware ID is actually, it's actually going to be a different hardware ID. But for now, we will set that up in the objects. So I'm just going to let them know that that's server 2 management. I'm just going to jump into the actual server now and check out and make sure that everything's going all right. As a last resort, I do have Angry IP Scanner, so we can always check where everything is. And by the looks of that, it's still... Where are we? So here we go. Fail, 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 fail. Oh, okay. That's not good. That means we haven't got internet going through to it. Alright. So, let's try and do this manually. Adapters. .9. Alright, so it's only showing up that one adapter, but it's not... Oh, here we go. Here's the Broadcom adapters. Links are up. Now I want to actually edit that. This page displays the status of the adapters, support status monitoring. Okay, so let's go to the inventory page. Let us edit it. Such a slow and tedious job. I originally set up times and that, like on my project plan, on how long specific things was actually going to take, but I didn't take into account this situation where we've got to hunt down and fix network issues. When I originally set it up, here we go. These are the two that I'm after right here. That one there, I'm assuming. So we want to go to this one. So the adapter, the network adapter, adapter summary, excuse me. It doesn't really tell me much at all, apart from the kind of card that's installed. All right, I want to. So this is all about mounting everything. Utilization, no. Inventory, no. We've just been there. Okay. Network. This is looking better. Ah, right there. It's the wrong bloody VLAN. Shit. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Looks like we are deep diving into okay. Give me putty. Where did I plug it into? If I remember right. Let's actually navigate to the I need to have a look at the stacks. Where are the stacks at? So I remember, I can't remember if it was the second one or I don't know if it was a slave or controller status. Show me, show me, show me, show me, show me. Ah, here we go. This is what I'm after. Now, I did do... Oh, that's not right. That's not right at all. 234, 234. Where are my other two? Ah, no, here we go. It's these ones. There. Because I remember I went management and then the two ETH ports, management and then the two ETH ports. Because I remember I did them in the L. Alright, so it's these two here, 2.9 and 2.10. Okay. So 2.9 and 2.10, both of those are not in VLAN 70. So why are we getting VLAN 70? Static IP, so it's been manually entered. Damn it. There we go. So 2.9 is untagged, 2.10 is untagged for 1. All right, because we're bridging those two, we need to actually tag them for our other VLANs as well. Or we actually need to trunk them, to be honest. So, what have we got? 10 trunks already. 11 trunks. Okay. We could probably reuse some old trunks. So trunk 5's down. And what's trunk 5? That's to the tech room. Why is the tech room trunk down? Port 49. That's the port at the tech room. But that's 2A4. So that's rail 2 and it's A4. Oh, so that's one of the fibers on the back. Dum dum dum. That's troubling. All right, I'll look at that after. Where is my OneNote? I haven't installed it on here yet. Oh, it's a fresh install. Okay. That's all good. That's all good. So that means current IP address is that. That's for the management. Show me. Okay, this is all just about management setup. What I'm going to do. All right. So we're going to have to go back and back again. And let's first check out okay. 3.47 pings. Mm-hmm. I am at a loss, but we're not going to give up just yet. We need to find our devolutions, DDD. It's not here. And I don't have that here. Ah, there we go. Spelled it wrong. Come on, you opening? Where are you? Oh, gosh, I really don't like Windows. Really don't like Windows. Okay, here we go. Skip. Yep. We're going to need to pull up our notes, and we need the notes there. And it will remind me later. I don't care about that. Don't care about that. All I want to do is enter a new data source. New data source. And this one's going to go here. Bum, bum, bum. Guess so. No. Nope, 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 nope. None of those. That should pop up for me to log in. Come on. Be so much easier with SMB. There we go. Can't find. Why? Why can't you find it? There we go. That's what I'm after. Lovely. And here we go. I'm just signing off on a quote. So we've got the cable boys coming up to our other campus. It's not next week, the week after. So I need to make sure that I have an access point ready for the new classroom that's being installed. So, and on the signing off on the quotes and stuff, I sign my name, like my signature, and then like I put like little images at the end of it, like yeah, it's just a little inside joke for the finance bird for the MSP that we get stuff through. So we need to categorize, and we want 3.47, and I don't see that being taken. All right, so that is an open IP for us. The other way to check it would be through our DHCP. So I'm just going to run through DHCP and make sure that it hasn't actually been taken. Because that could be part of the problem as well. So we want 3.47, and once again, nothing's been taken. So no, we're all good. Everything's all good there. So that's not the problem. Now, these ones here, All right, what I'm going to do here, because we got those getting IPs via DHCP, and obviously that is causing a problem. We don't want to disable those links. Do we want to disable those links? Oh, that's... Oh, you know what I could do? What I can do, we don't need this running anymore because we know that's not the problem. But what I could do, let's pin that down here because I'm going to need that quite a bit. Oops, don't unpin, pin it. So 3.48, that one was. Oh, why are we not connecting to that? Why are we not connecting to that? What happens? Host unreachable. Interesting. Interesting. Uh, what was it? O dots. No, we've restarted way too many times for it to have its old IP. Bum, 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 bum. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Server 1, port 1. Nothing. Nothing. Interesting. Ah, there it is. There it is. 28, not 48, not 47. So we're going to need 27. My mistake. There we go. Oh, hello. Um, okay. Pack service. That doesn't take care about that. Okay. Alright, so these two don't have an IP. Put lower up. Bond group. And then bond. Okay. 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 Now we understand what's happening. Oh, we need to change that. That needs to be 27. Line changes. Ah, there we go. Hello. Come on. You can do it. Work. And. Aha, there we go. And we need to go to configuration, objects. This one. Add new entry. That. Server 2. On 0. Okay. Ah, look at that. Clap, clap, clap. All right, we don't need you. That's done. That's LXD01. And we don't need you anymore. You are pretty much done on this interface now. We just need to finish off on... Oh, done. Beautiful. Check the mirror URL is still running. You can continue, but there is a chance that installation will fail. Okay, so cancel. We'll just let it take its sweet time. So it's still going through the testing phase, so we should be pretty good. Just going to check out a few of these other things. So we need to add a couple of other things in there as well. So if let's have a look here. I go so let's push that down a bit too much, and I'm going to need my authenticator for that as well. It's going to be a oh, dot. Okay. Reading package list. Okay, that's a good sign. Last time I did that, it failed, so that was rather problematic. So that's a good sign. So um, and we want to do those ones as well. Um, so if my bit rate is like that, then what on earth is Okay, it's almost done. It's still doing that snap daemon nonsense. I don't know why it's doing that. I think that's from previously, like from before. So it should. Oh, I say should, but I don't. I don't know. I've never actually had this problem before. Like every other time that I've done these type of installs, they've always, you know, worked, so to speak. Um, yeah, so I don't understand why it's doing this. No, that was the daemon thing doing its thing again. So okay. It is awfully slow, don't you think? Like going through virtual on the machine just seems to be taking absolutely forever. So I was talking to Andrew yesterday. He's one of the he's a CTO for ARXIS. They're an MSP. Brilliant mob of guys, fantastic. And he was saying that to get around this kind of a problem, the best way to go, the best thing to do is to actually have the installer on a USB and plugs directly into the machine. Um, that being said, I don't know whether you'd have to use. I don't think you'd have to use a like physical connection, like physical screen to the to the computer. You can probably still go through the virtual. Like here on the Jarvis client, right? Like I'm using the Jarvis client because I've got oodles amount of add-ons, and I don't know what's preventing me from um, picking up the HTML5. But yeah, you can come into here, and I guess it's in the session options. No, it's not there. Where do I see it last? I saw it. Oh, here we go. So virtual media. So I'd go activate and then, yeah, probably go to USB hard disk or yeah USB hard disk and find the actual installer for it and like find the Ubuntu install and then mount that as the CD DVD drive and then boot it from there. But yeah, I couldn't be bothered doing that. I thought it'd be just so much easier, but I didn't realize how long it was going to take. Like right now, what's that? Almost two. Oh, excuse me. Almost 2 in the afternoon, and I've been at this for pretty much a day, just waiting and waiting for it to load, waiting for it to do its thing. The first go around, I didn't actually. Oh shoot! Did I do that? Oh yeah, I'll make sure. Yeah. I haven't done the actual install part on the hard drive yet, but by default it's set up as a RAID 5, and I went through and I installed the actual machine. Like I just did everything default, and by default it pulls up spinning disks as default and not the actual NVMe. So I just went through, yep, click, 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 going through, because normally that's what I do. But on my machines and that, I forgot that I normally unplug the spinning disks and leave just the NVMe, like the SSD intact. So then when I go through, click, 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 it just automatically puts the bootloader and everything onto the only drive that's available. So this time around, I did the exact same thing as I always do, but without unplugging the spinning disks. So Ubuntu being Ubuntu, it's or Linux being Linux, I should say, because all of them will always prioritize spinning disk over NVMe. I don't know why they do that. It's probably because of the whole legacy support that they have, like through CRM and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I went through and I did that, and I'm sitting there going, wow, 10 terabytes. Awesome. It didn't even click. I was like, yep, install, use the whole drive, rah, rah, rah. I tried to call Andrew, but he was in a meeting, unfortunately. So I was going to say, oh, do you have any specific, because he's going to be helping do the whole cluster install between the LXDs on both machines and have them, clustered together to share drives and data stores and that kind of stuff. So he's going to give me a hand with that side of things. That's a little bit beyond me, but I could probably work out, but it's just going to be way too much time. And so yeah, I went through and I installed everything. Like he didn't answer. Oh, excuse me. Oh, it's just been one of those days. So yeah, I just went through and I'm like, 10 terabytes, woo! Didn't even register, and went along and installed it all. And like as I said, like he didn't answer, so I just sort of thought, oh, I'll just stick with the default option, and then if worst comes to worst, we can just fix that up after, But I didn't realize that I installed the actual operating system on the RAID configuration. I'm thinking, and he's looking at it like he remoted in and had a look and all that kind of stuff after it was all done. Because I was sitting there, he was like asking like what size the disk was and that. And I said, it's about 10 terabytes. And he goes, what? 10 terabytes? No. And I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I said 10T like that. And he goes, no, really? I didn't think they had NVMe's that big. And that's when I realized, like, oh no, what have I done? So we had to, well, he did it for me anyway. When he was remoted in, he removed the RAID configuration to put into like a different, like separate configuration, I guess. I can't remember the name that he used, like block points or blob or something like that he called it. Block or something, I think it was block. And then we deleted the RAID and put by default put it all into block storage, and then we rebooted and reinstalled on the actual NVMe. But yeah, that was tell you what, that was interesting. But all right, so this is clearly going to work anyway, so I'm going to continue. Oh, okay, there we go. Continue on. All right, see this right there. I left it as that default, and I selected that, and no, we don't want that. There we go. NVMe. That's what I should have done to start with. I didn't even think about it. Oh, bloody hell. Stupid me. See, that looks so much better. Now we are NVMe, it's mounted at that. See, they always do 100 gig. Oh, this is what he said to me last time as well. And I think he did he give more room to that or less room to that? I can't remember. No, we need more on the root because 100 gigs not much when you start playing around with snaps. They're both the same size, so I'm just going to... Oh, 20. There we go. Let's have a look at storage. So the root NVMe 01 is that. Boot iffy. It's 1 gig. Boot partition is 2 gig. And the root is the rest. Why is the boot only 2 gig? I guess it doesn't need much for the boot partition though, really. When you think about it, the boot partition does nothing but hold grub in the boot images. That's okay, and partition 3 for that. Oh, yes. There we go. I remember now. It's all coming back. That's how we want to do it. Let's double check. Let's make sure. We're on NVMe. We're not on the 10.9 terabyte RAID drive. Excellent. Let's go. Okay. Selected. Yes, I know that. Here we go. Your name. We're just going to say AORUS server. The name is HCS LXD02. Username. We're just going to go with what we had on the other one as well. Make them both identical. There's no point in having 2 servers with different credentials. That's just going to be a complete and utter nightmare. Ubuntu Pro, we will set that up after. Yes, we want that. No, we can set all... Look at that, Chronicle Live patch. See, this doesn't have the snaps, so that's why... Oh, yes, it does. Look, we've got the LXD. Oh, that's Chronicle. That's not snap. Is it a snap? Is that the snap? I'm pretty sure it is. Failed to start. Okay, well, we're having issues with the snap anyway, so we're going to install all that after anyway. I'm pretty sure I did the minimal install, so which is what we did on the last one, and then we just installed some other manual stuff after. So let's have a look and see. Okay, so that's registering that. Yes. That's enabling cockpits, and we had some wget pro patch. Here we go. All right. So we're going to copy these to clipboard because these were the and we're going to go straight into Notepad. That's the debug log that I was looking at earlier. Alright, so that was the last one, and then we want to Vim and Tmux as well. I'm just going to append them onto the actual current command. So, and after that was, sudo pro attach, obviously. And then we need to pull that to add the server. So that goes to Ninja 1 on the AORUS machine. And then we install it, obviously. Then we update and upgrade, check it, update, install cockpit, no recommends. And that's the last one we have to install to get Cockpit done. And oh yeah, then we start Cockpit. It's going to be so much easier than having to type it all out myself. Copy paste for the win. Cockpit enable, update, upgrade. Oh, here we go. This is where I installed the landscape client to enroll our thing into landscape as well. And actually I need to ensure that I get the name of it right as well. Otherwise that's going to cause all sorts of trouble. LSB, LK, and there we go. Alright, so we don't need you open anymore. Okay, so I've opened you twice. What was this? This was my little scanner. Oh, that's going to take forever. Oh, well, actually, that's actually going a little bit quicker than I thought it would. So it's not taking as long. So what I'll do is I'll whack you up over there. Got going on here. Okay. See, we've still got the daemon erroring out right there, so I probably should have done a reboot before I continued, but I really didn't want to do that, to be honest, because that was just going to take way too long. Let me just catch up on a few of my emails that I might have been missing here, because I haven't even looked at my emails today, so here we go. So I've got a few that I need to sort out here. What's that for? That's the licenses. That's not too bad. Holy cow. Well done, Jared. Well, AORUS are amazing. Their sales guy, Jared, top guy, man. He is so awesome. He's he's done such good pricing for us. Like for the school. It's absolutely outstanding. He's managed to match the license seats for Ninja One compared to my own client that I've been using, that I started off with before they took over. And then like he's managed to match that price wise and keep the price. Like we've actually got more seats than what I actually have, and he's matched the price. So his commission is like he's actually taking a cut in his own commission to help the school and all that kind of stuff. Like that's just you're never going to find a sales guy like this guy, man. Like honestly, if you're looking for prices and stuff and you want to buy stuff, just hit up AORUS, ask for Jared. The guy's brilliant. He'll move heaven and earth to try and help you out. Absolute legend. So we're making the move to TAS. So during this meeting, we'll discuss the blah blah blah. I'm not going to read that out on stream. It's not for your ears. Okay. When is this? Okay, so the Teams invite. I really want to be in on that. I want to see what's involved. What have I got? Oh, far out. I've got 4 other things in that same time slot. It's project stuff. Friday 31st. Friday 31st. Friday the 31st. Where's my blooming calendar? There it is. Friday 31st. Oh, I've got 2 weeks to play with, so I'll move. I'll move that up, that down. Yep. All right. I'll just RSVP and I'll worry about that when it comes. Okay. Oh, one of the students has emailed me. Oh, sorry, bud, I can't activate your Windows from here. Saying I'll just reply to him. But that's still mounting anyway, so we still have to wait. So I'll just reply to this student and let him know. So I can't activate your computer remotely. Is it okay if it waits for first week of term 1? Oh, shoot. Can I select the computer only? Is it okay if we wait for the first week of term 1? Sorry, it's a hassle. Hope your holidays have been great regardless. This student's fantastic as well. Great sense of humour. Sorry I can't activate your computer remotely. Is it okay if it waits for the first week of term 1? Sorry it's a hassle. Hope your holidays have been great regardless. Thanks, bud. Hopefully he understands that. He will. He's a nice kid. He'll be like, yeah, no, it's all cool. Oh, an ex-student. He left last year. Can I use my old school email? Need to change things over. When did he send that out? Oh my goodness, that was last month. Completely missed it. Shoot. Poor guy. Hopefully I haven't put him in a pickle. I'll just say, hey mate, so sorry for the late reply. Sure, I'll get your email reactivated. And I'll set your password to the standard. So I basically just gave him a rundown on, I'll activate his account again, and I'll reset his password to a standard password that we normally use, with a little change to it. And then I just said, I'll shoot you an email when it's done. A bit busy today, so it probably won't happen till tomorrow. So hopefully I haven't put him in a pickle, the poor guy. I thought he went into another job, so maybe there's some stuff on there that he wants to carry over for, maybe he's doing TAFE on an apprenticeship or something. Hopefully, that'd be fantastic if he is. It'd be great if he does do that. He's a very bright young man, so... who's this? Oh, okay, Veeam. Okay, so our licensing has expired in Veeam, where it's expiring. And they're hitting us up to renew. Okay. So I heard NEC phone systems are no longer doing their thing anymore, so they're going to be obsolete. The NEC handsets and all that kind of stuff. You won't be able to get parts for them anymore, or any of that kind of stuff. So we're going to have to start looking at like a different alternative to go through that route and start bringing in a different system to use, which is another expense on top of a current expense. Like, we've only just recently upgraded servers, so our servers are about 7 to 8 years old, and so they're well over their reliability stage, which is like 5 years max. So rule of thumb is like you get a 5-year what do you call it, warranty with the server, and once the warranty goes, you upgrade again to start over again. It's the best way to avoid like mishaps and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So this way you can just sort of keep it secure. Okay, what do we got here? That should be okay. This yesterday took forever, so I've only been streaming for about an hour, so hopefully in the next 10 to 20 minutes it'll be done, because that's basically my knock-off time, so I don't want to be sitting here doing this. Oh, I've been watching this install all blooming day. It's taking forever. Okay, so we're power utilization. I've actually split this one between two UPSs. So normally you're supposed to go one, I think it's one in the wall and one in the UPS. But I went into both for the UPSs, split them, and the master server, I went both in the same UPS. I probably shouldn't have done that. I'll have to fix that up tomorrow when I'm in. Move that out, unplug the other one into that one, and swap them around. So I could probably do something like that. I need to start the imaging process on the laptops as well. So I've got like, what, a week. I think that's only like a lot of our old Gen 1s that we use, they are currently dying out, like becoming unusable, unrepairable, and stuff like that. They're just an extremely old laptop. That's for sure. They were released with like 56 gig storage. So you get Windows 10 installed on there, and you're like, it's like a handful of grapes left for storage. Like they're really bad. But for like primary students, year 3, 4, all they ever do is like they just learn how to use Microsoft Word and stuff anyway. So it's regardless, they do try and game on it. They do start going through the Microsoft Store and installing games and stuff, and it's just like, dude, seriously, it's like the computer's older than you, and you're trying to play this game on it. Why don't you load up Fortnite while you're at it? Just silly things like that. But yeah, it's quite amusing. But yeah, I've got to image those up so that we can start them off fresh for the year. Hopefully I've got time. I need to try and get to the iPads for junior primary as well, but that's massively time consuming. And I've only got a limited time. Like even the holidays are like 6 weeks, and like you think, oh, 6 weeks, that's heaps of time. But when you start getting into it and start like, things like this that take an entire day, it all adds up eventually. And no, don't do that. So it all adds up eventually, and before you know it, it's like Christmas is gone, and it's like, oh shoot, how am I gonna get around that? As the weeks go on, you start looking, going, wow, like it feels like you've done nothing, sort of thing. You start looking at it and trying to tally up, like, well, I've still got this, this, and this I need to do, and you go through your calendar, and your calendar's a nightmare, and you're just like, oh, don't look at the calendar. Let's just don't look at the calendar. And then we start trying to work out where are we going to go from here? Like, what are we going to do? Got a couple more weeks left. I got all this stuff I need to get done. And like, surprisingly, like, I'm so glad Brad Jones from the school, he's the projects manager, grounds manager, not grounds manager, but like he's a manager of like the projects and that kind of stuff at the school. Like oversees everything that happens, like classroom installs and shed installs and moving of sheds, and like the mapping of the actual grounds and that kind of stuff, and deals with all the council and that kind of stuff. So he gave me a call. When was it? Yesterday. Completely slipped my mind you. I've just been like, the calendar just gives me like PTSD, so I just don't even bother looking at that at the moment. Just sort of focused on doing what I'm doing here, and so he gives me a call and he's like, oh hey, you spoke to Dave lately. Dave Russick, he's the guy from York Communications. He does all the cabling and that around this area. Top guy, awesome, gets the job done, fantastic. I'm like, oh no, I haven't haven't heard anything, and it's like, oh, I'll give him a buzz and find out. I'm like, oh, cheers, man. And it sort of dawned on me, going, oh my goodness, I've completely neglected the Clare campus. I haven't even thought about it. Didn't even cross my mind. I've been so focused on like tunnel vision for this service to get these servers done. Because like once these are all set up, then we've actually got to start the data migration, and that's just going to take forever. So much to convert over. I don't even know where to start with that. So while that's all happening, I've got to try and get computers imaged, iPads sorted out. So we're talking 24, 48. So about 60 odd old outdated computers have to be re-imaged vaguely, I think. So 2 class sets. Class sets about 20 to 24. So let's say 48, 46, 48, something like that. And there's a third class that needs to be done as well. That's got the older ones. So that's what, 16 to 20. So yeah, we're looking at roughly around for 50, 60. So around about between 50 and 60 laptops need to be re-imaged. And then about 16 to 20 iPads need to be manually plugged in, wiped, re-enrolled to Jamf, reapplied, renamed and reapplied to groups, device groups to take on all their apps and stuff. So that's probably going to be about a week, 2 weeks to do that. You got to plug them in, wipe them, wait for them to download the new firmware, reinstall the new firmware, then you got to unplug it and go through the startup process, reinitialize it, get it to adopt into Jamf. Then you got to log into Jamf, find the iPad because it's only going to have a serial number as a name, so you're going to have to look at that, find the iPad, found it, rename it, push a update to it so the iPad takes on the new name, then assign it to a group and double check all the groups to make sure, because all the groups were named about 4 or 5 years ago whenever it was made. So none of the groups are named after teachers at the time, and I don't even know who they were. So it's a bit of a guess. So you go into it, you're like, oh yeah, okay, I know that teacher's name, so let's go through those iPads. Okay, so those iPads are named this. You look at the iPads and like, okay, that's not the name on the iPad. So then you just got it's such a nightmare. So you go into the iPad and you find the serial on the iPad, and then you go into like each one of the iPads and each of the groups, navigate all the way through until you get to the device properties, and then you find the actual serial number doesn't match all the way back next iPad, and it just takes so long. I've tried renaming them all, but you just sort of run out of time. Things happen. People come in. Oh, I need you to do this. Need you to do that. You go to do it, and then you come back. You think, oh, you're like on the way back. You're like, yeah, I got to do this, got to do that, got to do that, and like by the time you get back to your office, you've completely forgotten about the iPads. Like you see the window open, you're like, oh, I'll come back to that. You never do. It's a nightmare. It must be infuriating for some of the teachers and stuff. Like just getting nothing but empty promises from me, which is harsh, I know. But you don't mean to, but you do anyway. Like you have all the intention to do it, but you just never really follow through with it because you just forget about it, unfortunately. Unless you carry around a notebook and diary with yourself all day, just constantly take notes. Oh, but even then, no, my luck, I'll forget the diary. And they'll be like, oh, I've got the pen, but I've got nothing to write it on. Whoops. Yeah. But, yeah, those things happen, unfortunately. I wish they didn't. I wish it was a bit easier. Hopefully this year I get to have a trainee or someone so that I can like run them through how to do certain things and say, hey, do this. Make sure you're getting it all right. While I'm doing this, could you do that sort of thing? So, yeah. I need to run through No, it's HP. I need to go through some of the HP drivers. We do have a new whatchamacallit? That's the new one. I don't want the new one. It's the old email client. Oh no, I won't have my school emails on there. They're on my phone though, so I'm just going to go through my emails. Hopefully I can find... Oh, that'll be my AORUS emails. Oh, perfect. 21st. That's excellent. Cheers, Antia. So this, where would it be? That's the webinar stuff. The RMM, Samsung and tablets and stuff. Silverforts. Oh, hopefully that hardware arrives soon. That's cyber resilience, free tools, Apple. Monthly cost for that. That's the RMM and EMS stuff. No, that's Microsoft licensing. Update on the access points. He did hit me up about the access points. He was right. My bad. Sorry, Jared. I dropped the ball on that one. That's the Aruba stuff. Access points, onboarding, staff laptops. Did we get on? So that was a meeting. I'm pretty sure he got back to me about the oh, it might have been over the phone. He might have done it over the phone or via text message, maybe. This one, what was this one about? This was 1700. What happened, right, is we are looking at different types of laptops. Still different types of laptops to go through. Some of our teachers have had nothing but issues with Lenovo devices. So we were looking at moving in a different direction for the staff laptops. That being said, we had a choice between Lenovo devices and Dell devices. Now, I've always found Lenovo quite good. I've never really had much of a problem with Lenovo devices. The era of AI, what was all this about? Oh, okay, that was, yeah. But yeah, so what I ended up doing was talked him around because Jared's fantastic. He managed to get the same price for the Lenovo devices as he could for the HPs. And I thought, wow, that's absolutely fantastic. So, um, oh, they actually tried to. Oh, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. But yeah, so I said, oh, I want to make sure like how good they are on our system and that before we go ahead and buy like 20 of them or whatever it is, because if they're duds like the Lenovo AMD devices were, then we're going to be in strife. So he ended up rallying up through the HP guys, like a trial, like a demo one. And I thought, oh, wow, that is absolutely fantastic. You know, like normally they're like, no, this is what we have, blah, blah, blah. So I thought, oh, that's excellent. So they sent out like a demo one for me to just, you know, do whatever I want with it, image it and that kind of stuff. And that way we can then look at if they do work on our network, then yeah, by all means we'll take the whole lot. So because he matched the prices right, this is how play good he is. Because they matched, like because he ended up matching the prices between them, and we accepted the quote before the quote expired and the end of year and that kind of stuff. So even though we're not getting the laptops until until around now, because the quote was accepted in December and that, and we're not getting them until now, sort of thing. So even if this device doesn't work, doesn't function the way it should, you know, like with the AMD Lenovo's, we had issues with casting. So we had Windows casting adapters on our TVs, and the Chromecasting or the inbuilt Miracast or Chromecast, whatever it is, that's in the TVs that you connect via the laptops to TV to do screen sharing and stuff. The AMD models, they must have had a different like Wi-Fi Bluetooth chip that came with those processors, and they just wouldn't connect no matter what we did. So I went out and I bought like 10. They're like the J5 adapters, and they're supposed to be over Wi-Fi and that kind of stuff. First time, excuse me. The first time you connect to them, perfect, nothing wrong with it. As soon as you disconnect and then you go to reconnect again, like say it's recess or lunch, and you disconnect from the TV, you know, you just close the lid on your laptop, you go have your lunch, you come back, you open your laptop, and you go to reconnect, wouldn't do it. Won't do it, no matter what you do. So you got to actually unplug the adapter from the TV and reboot the laptop. I don't know about the rebooting of the laptop, but I'd do it anyway just to save face. And then you plug the adapter and everything back in. So when you unplug the adapter, you unplug the USB as well, so the whole adapter turns off. So it's like, you know, have you turned it off and on again? So yeah, we do that, and then they connect again because it's connecting like it's, you know, a fresh new day, but even though it's after recess. So we had like major problems like that, and I thought, you know, this is ridiculous. You know, these are, you know, expensive TVs. Excuse me. So sorry. It's just been a very long day. So these are like expensive TVs and stuff. So, you know, why aren't they connecting properly? And yeah, so it just gets to that point where it's like, you know, we need to find something, do something that's okay. The installation media checksum verification failed. It's possible that this crash is related to that checksum failure. Consider verifying the install media and retry the install. No. Close report. Reboot now. All right. Hours. Spent hours on this, and this is what happens? Seriously? Okay. Virtual media. Okay, so we're going to add an image. Alright, so we're not going to mount that just yet. Oh, actually, yeah, let's mount that. And we are going to restart the server immediately. Alright. Oh, that's a pain in the butt. Alright, let's log in here first and let's have a look and make sure that... Oh, that's so annoying. Why did it do that? Remote console. Actually, we're going to do it that way. We're going to pull... Alright, so what's happened is I've mounted... Ah, such a douche. Alright, so I've mounted this already as is via the actual HTTPS. So, oh, such a doofus, Brad. Oh no, I've got this already. Maps to CD drive. Yes, unmount that. Okay, good. Let's reload. Alright, so that's still good to go. That's still all good. Let's start a new one. Okay. Perfect. Good. Alright, so that means that the Clarity controller is the one that's going to handle everything and I don't have to balls up everything. Oh, checksum error, as if a checksum error. Really? Such a dumb thing to do. A checksum error. Hours wasted on a checksum error. I am cheesed, hardcore cheesed about that. So angry about that. This should be done. This should be done. It's 3 o'clock. It's my knockoff time. Not happy, Jan. Alright, let's go. Oh, why? Hours. Hours and hours. Oh, that's annoying. That is so annoying. A checksum error. Checksum error. Alright, that can sit on the setup screen, checking for like the language and all that kind of stuff. I'm calling it a day. That's just really cheesed me off. Sorry, guys. Really, really, really cheesed me off, that has. Oh, I am fuming. Oh my gosh, I'm so angry. So angry. Alright. Thanks heaps for watching, everyone. Sorry for getting a little shitty there at the end, but I guess it happens. Things like that happen. You can prep for them, but you can't really avoid them. They do happen. Think just little stupid things like checksum errors. Really? It's an ISO. An ISO is an ISO. Just install it. But it happens. All right. Thanks heaps all. I'll catch us. Try again tomorrow, I guess, and we'll be able to kick off from where we left off. But